going like across the whole project, whenever it does go, hey, yeah, let's make a bit of an 80s like stadium rock.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that little Aussie inspired, but also like you got the Springsteen going through it as well, and you can kind of hear those that inspiration.
Yeah.
When it leans on that, I think it's really good.
What is going on? Welcome to Rue's Reviews, where we keep it for real, for real. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid, and I am joined today once again by
I'm here. It's Dan Thomas, and I'm happy to be here.
yes, shout out to Dan. And today we are reviewing the third studio album from G Flip called Dream Ride. They are a Melbourne drummer, singer-songwriter, instrumentalist. Butch Springsteen is what's the nickname. And yeah, we're gonna get into why they are Butch Springsteen for sure with this album. So yeah, Dan, you ready? Let's get into some initial thoughts.
100%. Uh, I think going with the title Butch Springsteen is a great start for this one. That is totally the vibe going on this album. And I had that in my notes as well. That's what's kind of been promoted around this whole deal. But yeah, Dream Ride, third album by G Flip. Got that little bit of an 80s vibe to it. This time around, you can kind of hear the difference in the aesthetics compared to the other two albums.
Mhm.
Um, it's yeah, part pop from the current era, but then it's also part kind of a bit of a blast of the past. You see it all through like the artwork and the songs and the instrumentation, all of that. We're going to get into all of that in detail, which I am keen to do. There's some things to really like on this album. There's other parts to the album as well, but we'll talk about all of that. But yeah, when this album lands, it really lands, and I'm very excited to talk about those parts.
Agreed, agreed. And yeah, kind of coming off the back of that with my initial thoughts. Yeah, I think there are some fun moments about this, like you just mentioned, especially in that 80s aesthetic. But there are also moments that I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I didn't really
Yeah.
do this, but like I said, we'll definitely get into that. So let's kick it off with some pros.
All right, I'm going to start with the first pro, and the first pro being straight away on the album, the first track. This is my highlight from the album, Disco Cowgirl.
Mhm.
Um, I think this is what this album's vision is, and it entails it
Mm.
in, I think, exactly the right way. It's like bold, it's dynamic, it's a lot of fun. It's got those like big echoey drums. It's got like the vocal performance. It's got the keys in the background. It sets out to do everything that I think it wants to do
Mhm.
on this album. I think it's like the tone setter, and I think having a good tone setter as the first track is a great thing, and I think this album does it really well. Um, so yeah, peaks early. There's other highlights through it, and I'm very excited to talk about those as well. But yeah, just really, really red hot out the gate, really strong.
For sure. And yeah, I agree. And I'm gonna come right off the back of that, saying yeah, as an opening track, like it smacks straight at it's a banger. It has that like Aussie 80s like sheen about it.
Yeah,
Is kind of like a little nostalgic as well. That it's just like I don't know. I think there's something about like Aussie artists who were in the 80s and it has that thing with the vocal tone as well, naturally. And like I really enjoyed that. I love the key change on the back end.
oh yeah, yeah.
It was just like, oh, we're taking it up. Oh, let's go. And I can hear this at like the RSL like going hard. So yeah, no,
You've got some Barnsey, then you've got some G Flip, and then you got some Farnsey
yeah,
after that. Like, yeah, it fits right in.
exactly. So yeah, no, definitely Disco Cowgirl is a banger. It warmed up on me, but yeah, I agree. It is a banger to kick it off.
Yeah, totally. Um, I think like that's a really good specific example, Disco Cowgirl, but going like across the whole project, whenever it does go, hey, yeah, let's make a bit of an 80s like stadium rock.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that little Aussie inspired, but also like you got the Springsteen going through it as well, and you can kind of hear those that inspiration.
Yeah.
When it leans on that, I think it's really good. So there's a few other tracks that do it. Like I don't want to regret the second track on the album. It's that again that big like confidence. It's got the sax going through it as well. Bed on Fire. It's got those
Mm.
um, like the backing vocals, like the whoa, whoa, that type of thing going on in the chorus, and like that's gonna be so good live. I can just hear like the Horden just going off with that one.
For sure, for sure. And In Another Life, I think is also gonna fit right in there with again that stadium energy, again, just bigger than life. And yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's really bold when it goes through that, and it's a G flip record, so the drums on it as well
Of
need
course.
mentioning, and I think that feels like it's very on par with the '80s aesthetic as well. Like it's that echoey sort of drum. Uh, you can hear it like in a Springsteen cut. You can get like a bit of a Dancing in the Dark, or like a Born in the USA. You've got those big echoing, just bang, just right there. It's a little
Yeah,
bit different to the stuff that was on the previous record, Drummer.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it fits the bill, and I think that's another part that I really like about the album.
For sure, for sure. And it's good that I'm glad that you brought up drummer because I did have an overall thought before I actually got into some more specific things. Um, that said, I actually enjoyed the songwriting on drummer a little bit more. But I think the rapping that this project is coded in, that 80s rapping and the ability of G Flip to stick to that in the different elements and stuff makes it so much more interesting. Like it,
I
yeah,
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's yeah, I think that's a great sort of take on that. I agree with like the lyrically, I think Drummer is like that little bit stronger, but consistently as a more enjoyable project to listen to. Yeah, I think I agree with that take.
for sure, for sure. But a song that I do like the songwriting on, is track five. I'm gonna say track five. That track is crazy. But I just like the idea of like I do like the song and sticking up for your friends in such a dramatic effect.
Oh
In
yeah.
songwriting, I'm like, which I don't condone that exact song title, which is crazy. But
I think it's a crime, but also go off.
yeah, exactly. But it's like the metaphorical, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stick up for my friends so much that I'd go do that is like, I like it. I like it. That undying, like I got your back type situation.
It's passionate. It's great to have that like when yeah, someone's not treated the right way, like having that friend that's just like I'm gonna kill him. I'm just gonna whatever it is, I'm just gonna yeah,
No, for sure,
just
for
go
sure.
absolutely off.
Yeah. No, 100%. And then my final pro is Lush. Which
Oh,
is
yes,
exactly that.
yes.
I think it's smooth. I think it's a slow jam. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. I wish it came a bit more in the middle of the track list because it felt a bit too late for such a smooth track. But that's just a nitpick. Like honestly, it fell nicely where it was anyway. So yeah, I think Lush is definitely my final standout track, personally.
I'm gonna back that. That's the last pro that I wanted to talk about as well. This song like sounds like it just stepped out of the shower. Like this is just so like I don't know, like it's just everything sounds drenched in this song. Like it's like a bit reverby, like the keys as well are so just like it's in the track. It's in the track. It's lush. It's so lush. This song, like it's just it's gorgeous to listen to. Um, like it is a little bit different to some of the other cuts on the album, but I think in this case it does work. I think it is a quite like it's like really interesting to listen to and it's really nice to listen to and I could just like throw that on at any time. Like that's just a kind of a highlight of the album that just sort of just finds its way in there.
Yeah.
I think I like its track placement. I think I like that it is that like penultimate track that it is just there towards the end. I do like that almost end of the album
For sure.
kind of shift up, but yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, not mad at that, but yeah, it definitely is one of those tracks that's just like this is sneakily good. Like this
Oh
is
yeah.
like amongst all the bangers and the anthems, it's like this is smooth and again something where the songwriting I like how the story develops. I like how it goes from the girl that they're talking about. Um, is a bit shy in the first verse, but in the second verse they're a little more confident and
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So I really like that. Okay, but saying as that was both our last pros, let's see if we have any cons. Dan.
So yeah, I kind of alluded to it a little bit before. When this album is on and when it's like following the assignment that it's set itself out to follow, it's landing and it's doing really well. Like that's where you get the really strong tracks at the start. Um, I do think it strays from that self assigned task a little bit throughout the album. There's a few songs that just sort of go, okay, we've got the 80s album kind of going here. This is the whole vibe and aesthetic. We're going to drift away from that. And when it drifts away from that, it just loses me that bit. It's just doesn't hit as much. The tracks aren't quite as memorable. Um, I think like there's things to like about each of these tracks, like individually and in the performance and in the production. But like, for example, Baby I'm a Winner, just I've heard that song quite a few times, but that just does not hit the same way that yeah, something like some of those other earlier tracks do. Um, track five, which you're hesitant to title. I like the lyrics of that and I like the kind of messaging of that one, but like for a title like it's got like it's just a little subdued and it does yeah, it doesn't quite hit that mark for me.
Okay.
Um so there's a couple of those types of things on the album. When it's on, but when it's off, yeah, it's not awesome. Like you were saying before with the like compared to the production of Drummer, like this is a more interesting project. I would like I would say. Um, in those like cases where it does kind of drift away a little bit, then it's it's just it's less interesting. It's
Yeah,
less interesting.
for sure. And for me, I think the interest is mostly there for me. I think, like I said at the top, there's just a handful of like songwriting moments that I'm just like, uh, I wasn't the biggest fan of that choice. Rattling off a couple songs. You mentioned Baby I'm a Winner. Yeah, I just not I'm not 100% on with the topic of that song. I don't know. For me, it doesn't feel endearing toxic. It feels like it has a bit more like to it, and
Yeah.
it feels a smidge arrogant, at least from G Flip's character's perspective. It's like I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
I can sort of read that.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe there's more levels to the song that I'm missing. But to me, I don't know. I've listened to it a handful of times, and I was like, nah, this is weird. This is a little weird. Um, so that I'm gonna be quick with it. Oh, I think I said. I prefer Kevin topically over Big Ol' Hammer. I understand why Big Ol' Hammer is there, and I understand the aesthetic that it's in, and it's very clearly not for me as a song. But like I said, I think I prefer Kevin songwriting wise on drummer topic, like
Yeah.
in that topic, talking about
Hmm.
identity and sexuality. Um, yeah, I just feel like it's a bit more, a bit less dramatic of a song. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And finally, you brought up in the pros, and I like the song as a sonically, which is I don't want to regret, but I think songwriting it's a bit middle ground of a topic. It's very like, yeah, yeah, oh, cool, this is a fun, whatever you're going through, cool, yay, type.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that a bit. Oh yeah, cool. Like it's yeah, it's a nice song.
Yeah,
And
it's
like nice isn't always the strongest word.
yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the way that song was packaged. But yeah, I get that.
For sure, for sure. And then my only other con is just the vocal delivery at the start and throughout, exactly what I like. It's quirky, interesting, but just also something I wasn't a fan of with the like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. But
I
yeah,
think yeah, like it's Big Ol' Hammer and then it's that song like back to back and they're very camp songs. So I get that that could be like a bit of a turn off for some people. I've been like going back and forth this past week about Big Ol' Hammer a little bit because it is like it's got this like swaggering confidence that I really admire, but it's also a little bit like I don't know, dorky, I guess is the probably word I would use. Like it's it's a bit macho.
Yeah.
But like
It's meant to be that low key.
it is, and
Yeah.
that's why I keep flip-flopping because I'm like sometimes I'm like, oh, it's just a little bit. It's just yeah, the theme
Yeah.
of it's just a little bit, But I think I've landed on that I kind of like that song because it is just like it owns itself, and I think I respect that. So yeah, props to Big Ol' Hammer. You got my tick of approval. I did really like the line that I hear every single time I listen to this album is the thing about like feeling 6'9", but then being like
5'5".
5'5", but measuring up like every other guy. Like that's just the good stuff. That's so good.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely see that. And yeah, it's unashamedly itself as a
Oh
track.
yeah.
It's not trying to sugarcoat anything about it. It's like, no, this is exactly what I am. Take it or leave it, which again is, obviously also the theme of the song as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, cool, y'all can have that. I'm cool. But yeah. Any other cons on your end?
Um, no, I think that about covers it. Maybe like I think the vocal performance overall on drama was a little bit more um exciting. In parts, it's been a little while since I've listened to that album, but like yeah, this was a little bit safer for parts of it, but yeah, that's a pretty small gripe. I think it was still a good vocal performance all up on this record.
For sure, for sure. And yeah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, let's get into our overall rating. Are we here for this? Depends on the day. We're feeling iffy about it. Yeah, Dan, what's your overall rating?
Oh, this is yeah, been one that's just again like this week it's kind of drifted around a little bit because when this album lands, it really lands, and I just want to say that I'm like here for this all of the time. But then yeah, just some of the tracks that aren't as red hot for me, like it is just more of a straight depends. So I think I have to put it somewhere in the middle. I think I've got to be between depends and here for this.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. So a teetering between here and depends. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense. And for me, I think it's just a straight depends. I think as a what it is, I don't want to use the word novelty because I feel like that makes it like cheapens it, but I'm just gonna use it like as a novelty and as a interesting like listen in the package that it is. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun listen, and I think G Flip definitely leaned into those again those 80s aesthetics really in a really fun way. Um, but I think if there's a G Flip album that I'd return to, it'd be Drummer a bit more than this personally. Um, yeah. So as well as, if I'm weighing up the pros with the cons, I think it balances pretty evenly with the songs that I enjoy and the songs that, I probably wouldn't go back to. So yeah, that's why I'm choosing it depends. But yeah, let us know what you think. Are you here for this? Depends on the day, feeling iffy about it. Let us know. And yeah, that was our review of G Flip's Dream Ride. I am Brew, aka the Culture Black Kids, herewith.
I'm Dan Thomas. You can find me at Check Your Pulse Mag on Instagram or Check Your Pulse on Substack.
Amazing. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.